According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 210.12b, all 15 and 20 ampere branch circuits that supply bedrooms must be protected by an arc fault circuit interrupter device. This requirement extends to all outlets and lighting fixtures on the circuit. Therefore, bedroom lights must be on the AFCI protected circuit. They cannot be fed from a separate circuit that lacks AFCI protection. AFCIs are designed to detect and interrupt dangerous electrical arcs, which are a common cause of electrical fires. The National Electrical Code mandates AFCIs in bedrooms because the risk of electrical fires is higher in these areas. This increased risk is due to the presence of flammable materials such as bedding, clothing, and other combustibles. The National Electrical Code serves as the governing code for electrical installations in the United States. It establishes minimum safety requirements and is updated every 3 years to incorporate advancements in technology and evolving best practices. Understanding and adhering to the National Electrical Code requirements for AFCI protection in bedrooms is crucial for ensuring electrical safety and minimizing the risk of fires. It is important to consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and local amendments for specific requirements in order to ensure full compliance. Remember that electrical work should only be performed by qualified and licensed electricians to ensure safety and compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. This video provides an overview of AFCI requirements for bedroom lighting based on the National Electrical Code Article 210.12b. This section specifically addresses the need for arc fault circuit interrupter protection for branch circuits supplying bedrooms. It's important to understand the scope of this requirement to ensure safe and compliant electrical installations. The code stipulates that all 15 ampere and 20 ampere branch circuits that supply bedrooms must be protected by an AFCI device. This means that any circuit breaker or overcurrent protective device that feeds power to outlets, lighting fixtures, or other electrical loads within a bedroom must have AFCI functionality. This protection is not limited to general-purpose receptacles. It extends to all outlets and lighting fixtures on the circuit. This means that even hardwired lighting fixtures, such as ceiling lights or wall sconces, must be connected to an AFCI-protected circuit. The intention is to provide comprehensive protection against arc faults throughout the bedroom. Therefore, in order to meet the code requirement, the bedroom lights must be on the AFCI circuit. They cannot be fed from a separate circuit that is not protected by an AFCI device. This is a critical point to emphasize. It is not permissible to have some outlets in the bedroom protected by an AFCI while the lighting fixtures are fed from a non-AFCI circuit. All electrical components within the bedroom must be under AFCI protection if they are served by a 15 ampere or 20 ampere branch circuit. AFCIs are designed to detect and interrupt dangerous electrical arcs that can lead to fires. They work by monitoring the electrical current flowing through the circuit and detecting any abnormal arc patterns. When an arc fault is detected, the AFCI device quickly trips the circuit, cutting off power and preventing a fire from starting. AFCIs are required in bedrooms because the risk of electrical fires is higher in these areas due to the presence of bedding, clothing, and other flammable materials. Bedrooms are often areas where people spend a significant amount of time sleeping, and a fire in a bedroom can quickly become life-threatening. Therefore, the National Electrical Code mandates AFCI protection in bedrooms to enhance safety and reduce the risk of electrical fires. It is important to note that the National Electrical Code is the governing code for electrical installations in the United States. It provides minimum safety requirements and is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and best practices. Electrical inspectors will typically enforce the National Electrical Code requirements during inspections of new construction or renovation projects. Failure to comply with the National Electrical Code can result in rejection of the electrical installation and potential safety hazards. In summary, Article 210.12b of the National Electrical Code requires all 15 ampere and 20 ampere branch circuits that supply bedrooms to be protected by an AFCI device. This protection must extend to all outlets and lighting fixtures on the circuit. Therefore, the bedroom lights must be on the AFCI circuit and cannot be fed from a separate circuit that is not protected by an AFCI device. Adhering to these requirements is crucial for ensuring electrical safety and preventing electrical fires in bedrooms. The National Electrical Code is updated on a 3-year cycle, so it is important to always refer to the most current edition of the code to ensure compliance. Additionally, local jurisdictions may have amendments or variations to the National Electrical Code requirements, so it is essential to consult with local electrical inspectors or authorities to determine the specific requirements in your area. AFCI protection is not a substitute for proper wiring practices and regular electrical maintenance. It is important to ensure that all electrical wiring is installed correctly in accordance with the National Electrical Code, and that any damaged or worn wiring is promptly repaired or replaced. Regular inspections of electrical outlets, cords, and appliances can help to identify potential hazards before they lead to electrical fires. AFCIs are an important safety device that can help to prevent electrical fires, but they are just one component of a comprehensive electrical safety program. Another thing to remember is that AFCI breakers might require a ground and neutral conductor in the circuit to properly function. Older homes might not have neutrals running everywhere, which might make it difficult to implement AFCIs without rewiring. Consult with a qualified electrician to assess your situation and determine the best course of action. AFCI breakers also have a test button that should be periodically pressed to ensure the device is functioning correctly. It's a good practice to test your AFCI breakers at least once a month to verify their operational status. Some AFCI breakers also have diagnostic features that can help to identify the cause of nuisance tripping. If an AFCI breaker trips frequently, it could be a sign of a problem with the wiring or appliances on the circuit. In this case, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician to investigate the issue and make necessary repairs. While AFCI protection is primarily intended to prevent electrical fires, it can also provide some protection against electrical shock. By quickly interrupting the circuit when an arc fault is detected, the AFCI device can reduce the risk of electrocution. However, it is important to note that AFCIs are not a substitute for ground fault circuit interrupters, which are specifically designed to protect against electrical shock. Ground fault circuit interrupters are typically required in wet locations, such as bathrooms and kitchens, where there is a higher risk of electrical shock. The NEC also addresses other areas where AFCI protection is required, in addition to bedrooms. As technology evolves, the code adapts to improve safety in various locations. The requirements for AFCI protection might expand in future editions of the NEC. Keeping up to date with these changes is crucial for electricians and anyone involved in electrical work. There are different types of AFCIs available, each with its own specific characteristics and applications. Some AFCIs are designed to protect against both parallel and series arc faults, while others are designed to protect against only one type of arc fault. Parallel arc faults occur between two conductors, such as a hot wire and a neutral wire, while series arc faults occur within a single conductor, such as a broken or frayed wire. The type of AFCI that is required for a particular application will depend on the specific hazards that are present. When selecting an AFCI, it is important to choose a device that is listed and labeled by a nationally recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories or Intertek. This ensures that the device has been tested and meets the applicable safety standards. It is also important to follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation and use. Improper installation or use of an AFCI can compromise its effectiveness and potentially create a safety hazard. AFCI technology continues to improve, with newer devices offering enhanced features and performance. Some AFCIs now have advanced diagnostic capabilities that can help to identify the specific cause of an arc fault, making it easier to troubleshoot and repair electrical problems. These advanced AFCIs can also provide more precise protection against nuisance tripping, reducing the likelihood of unnecessary interruptions to the electrical service. As with any electrical device, it is important to handle AFCIs with care and avoid exposing them to moisture or extreme temperatures. Damaged or malfunctioning AFCIs should be replaced immediately to ensure continued protection against electrical fires. It is also important to keep AFCIs free from dust and debris, as this can interfere with their operation. Regular cleaning with a soft, dry cloth can help to keep AFCIs in good working condition. In addition to the National Electrical Code, there may be other applicable codes and standards that govern electrical installations in your area. It is important to be aware of all applicable requirements and to comply with them fully. Failure to comply with electrical codes and standards can result in fines, penalties, and potential liability in the event of an electrical fire or injury. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical safety, it is always best to consult with a qualified and licensed electrician. An electrician can assess your specific situation and provide you with expert advice and guidance. Electrical safety is a serious matter, and it is always better to err on the side of caution. The purpose of AFCI protection in bedrooms is to reduce the risk of fire. Electrical fires can spread quickly and cause significant damage, injury, or even death. By detecting and interrupting arc faults, AFCIs can help to prevent electrical fires from starting in the first place. This is especially important in bedrooms, where people are often sleeping and may not be able to react quickly to a fire. The presence of flammable materials, such as bedding and clothing, also increases the risk of fire in bedrooms. AFCIs are an essential safety device that can help to protect your home and family from the dangers of electrical fires. The National Electrical Code also covers the proper installation and wiring methods for AFCI devices. This includes requirements for conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, and grounding. Following these requirements is essential to ensure that the AFCI device functions correctly and provides the intended level of protection. Improper wiring or installation can compromise the effectiveness of the AFCI and potentially create a safety hazard. It is important to use only approved wiring methods and materials when installing AFCI devices. This includes using the correct type and size of conductors, as well as approved fittings and connectors. All wiring connections should be made securely and properly insulated to prevent shorts and ground faults. The National Electrical Code also specifies the proper location for AFCI devices. AFCI should be installed in readily accessible locations where they can be easily inspected and tested. They should not be installed in damp or wet locations or in areas where they are subject to physical damage. It is also important to ensure that the AFCI device is properly supported and secured to prevent it from coming loose or falling. Regular inspection and testing of AFCI devices is essential to ensure that they are functioning correctly. AFCI devices should be tested at least once a month using the test button on the device. If the AFCI device fails to trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. It is also important to visually inspect AFCI devices for any signs of damage or wear. Damaged or worn AFCI devices should be replaced immediately. If you have any questions or concerns about AFCI protection, it is always best to consult with a qualified and licensed electrician. An electrician can assess your specific situation and provide you with expert advice and guidance. Electrical safety is a serious matter, and it is always better to err on the side of caution. The technology behind AFCI devices is constantly evolving. Newer AFCI devices are more sensitive and more accurate than older devices. They are also less likely to experience nuisance tripping. As AFCI technology continues to improve, it is likely that AFCI protection will be required in more areas of the home. It is important to stay up to date on the latest developments in AFCI technology and to ensure that your home is protected by the most effective AFCI devices available. AFCI devices are a valuable investment in the safety of your home and family. By protecting against electrical fires, AFCIs can help to prevent significant damage, injury, or even death. The cost of installing AFCI devices is relatively small compared to the potential cost of an electrical fire. The National Electrical Code is not a static document. It is constantly being revised and updated to reflect the latest developments in electrical technology and safety practices. It is important to stay up to date on the latest edition of the National Electrical Code to ensure that your electrical installations are in compliance with the current requirement. The National Electrical Code is available for purchase from the National Fire Protection Association. It is also available for review at many public libraries and building departments. The National Electrical Code is a complex document, but it is essential for anyone involved in electrical work to understand its requirements. If you have any questions about the National Electrical Code, it is always best to consult with a qualified and licensed electrician. AFCI protection is just one aspect of electrical safety. There are many other important safety practices that you should follow to protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. These practices include using only approved electrical codes and appliances, avoiding overloading electrical circuits, keeping electrical cords and appliances away from water, and never attempting to repair electrical equipment unless you are qualified to do so. By following these simple safety practices, you can significantly reduce your risk of electrical shock and fire. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By taking the time to learn about electrical hazards and how to prevent them, you can help to protect yourself and your family from harm. Remember, when it comes to electrical safety, it is always better to be safe than sorry.